Omega Tribe. I love the music, I love the members, I love literally everything except this guy. He can off. Anyway, I love Omega Tribe to a point. And that being said, well, for today, which happens to be a very special day if you're a fan, well, I figured, because why the heck not, to do this kind of thing, where basically I am ranking every album of Omega Tribe from 1983 to 1994, all 3 iterations to put it simply. And well, how hard can it be to do something like that, I guess? How hard can it be? I don't know. Anyways, enjoy, as I'm gonna give you guys my honest thoughts on every single album, and the tier list, to put it simply, is gonna be fire, superb, pretty good, mid, and alright, because let's be honest, there really isn't a shit album in this project. There really isn't, so I figured alright is probably close enough to, like, it's not horrible, but definitely isn't something I would go back to again, so I figured that. So yeah, now if you think otherwise, let me know in the comments, but I think that's good enough, so you know, yeah. Anyways, enough said, let's get to it, because man, we got a lot to deal with. Well, not really that much to deal with, but we got enough to deal with, so yeah. Aqua City, aka the debut album from the first iteration of Omega Tribe, which of course is S. Kyotaga and Omega Tribe. Now this first iteration, to give you guys a bit of history, is pretty much, again, the first iteration of the project, and it will last from 1983 to 1985. Now unfortunately, this one will disband because reasons, but before that, it would have many fine albums from Aqua City all the way to Live Emotion, aka the Fire album, spoilers. So there is that. Now the members of this iteration is of course Kiyotaka Sugiyama, Shinji Takashima, Toshi Nishihara, Takao Oshima, Keiji Hiroshi, and Kenji Yoshida. I know I made a minor error in listing everyone from vocals to drums, but who cares? I just figured I'm gonna name everybody and just do it like that. So yeah, but anyways, there were 6 members in this iteration, eventually 5 due to reasons, so there is that. Now another thing about this iteration is that before it came to be, there was a thing called Cutie Ponchos. Now if you heard of Cutie Ponchos, then congratulations, you are a certified fan. I mean, if you didn't know, that's cool too, but if you know, then congratulations, you're a certified fan. Now Cutie Ponchos, for a brief moment, is the predecessor of Omega Tribe. In a way, it has practically everybody from the iteration of Omega Tribe, but it's sort of a long story. But either way, Cutie Ponchos is kind of the predecessor, and of course would go down when Omega Tribe was born in 83. So yeah, just a bit of history for you. Anyways, back to Aqua City. Aqua City is superb. It's gonna be superb. It's got Summer Suspicion, it has Midnight Downtown, it has Alone Again, Moshi Mo, it has literally every single banger you can think of, and it's like one of the best debuts in history. It is just fantastico to a T. So either way, it's superb. What else can I say? Natsuga Kite, and just what else can I say about this thing? This thing is a GOAT when it comes to debut albums. This thing literally is beyond before Beyond was even a thing. And bonus, this thing has one of the most beautiful covers you can ever think of. Like, look at the blue in this thing. The city is beautiful. It is just so beautiful. But anyways, that's all I gotta say. This is superb, great, just 10 out of 10, and it wouldn't be the last time I would talk about something that is superb, because excuse me. I wanna hold you again. No, don't say anymore. Now we have Rivers Island, aka the second album from S. Kyotaga and Omega Tribe. released in 1984. Superb. It is superb. It is, without question, one of my favorite albums from this iteration. It is one of my most favorite albums, like, ever, in the history of, like, ever. I know, bear with me. But besides that, it is definitely just fantastic. It has literally many of my favorites, like Silent Romance. Oh my god, yes. It has Kimi no Heart wa Marine Blue, which of course is the very first song I ever heard of Omega Tribe. It has Outside Lady, the best version, and it has so many hits after 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 hits, and just, my god, this thing literally is how you do a second album right. It has everything you need for a successful second album. Bangers, check. Beautiful cover, check. Everything being to a team production, check. It is just, without question, the best second outing for SK Otaka, and spoilers, it gets better from there. It gets so much better from there. You think Aqua City and Rivers Island are like the only two great things that this iteration had? Think again. Literally, think again. Anyways, this album is superb like Aqua City, and I love this album like so much. I'm not joking. This album is one of my favorites, and what else can I say? What else can I say about this thing? I mean, it is beautiful, like album cover wise, bleh. And well, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Don't look back, darling. Something. Don't look back, darling. Never Ending Summer, aka the third album from this iteration. Yes, I'm gonna keep this up. Anyways, NES is definitely pretty good. It's not really my favorite album, like, ever, but I think it's a tie between Another Summer and really being that it's pretty good. It has a lot going for it. I mean, it literally has Misty Night Cruising, Eastern Railroad, oh my god, yes. It has Twilight Bay City, it's got Stay the Night Forever, because, yes. And it has the banger, the legend, the goat of literally all single goats that isn't Outside Lady, Riverside Hotel, aka Remember. Side note, Joey's version is amazing, please listen to it. Anyways, it has that going for it, and the B-side is actually pretty good. I admit, when I first got into the album, I kind of didn't really care for the B-side, admittedly, but eventually after, well, being an Omega Tribe fan, like, even more after Live Emotion, I was like, you know what, I hear the B-side again, and I'm like, this isn't bad. This really isn't bad at all. Now, sure, it is pretty 80s to a T, but I don't care. I like it, I appreciate it, it is good stuff. I don't care. Anyways, NES is definitely pretty good, and what else can I say about this? What else can I say about this album? Again, it definitely is the continuation of things getting better for this iteration, but besides that, it is fantastic, it is great, it definitely is pretty good, but I don't think it's like, you know, superb. I mean, it is for some, but for me personally, it's definitely pretty good. It definitely is pretty good. Yeah, I think so. Alright, so next album. Take me something to something, something to something. Route 134. Okay, I'm done. Another Summer, aka the pivotal album of SK Otaka, because here's the thing about Another Summer. Here's the thing about AS. AS would mark two things. First of all, SK Otaka will be a 5-piece from here on out. Kenji goes bye-bye. Everyone's like, really? But either way, Kenji goes bye-bye, and then secondly, we have the change in sound. So SK Otaka already has synths in most of its albums, really from just NES to Aqua City, but now AS marks the shift where enough of those brass, those orchestrated stuff and all that good shit. Enough of any of that. Now we have synth. we're gonna be a synth sound from here on out. And while yes, it's great, it also kind of is a double-edged sword to some degree because, well, yes, it's nice to have your synths and all that good stuff. It also is not too good because it kind of makes the quality of stuff later on not sound as good. Or really, IDK, it's kind of a complicated thing to talk about, but besides that, it's just another AES. While yes, AES is pretty synthy, it is very synthy the more you think about it. It really isn't that bad. I think if anything, before the thing that happened, which of course would be, not Sco, I think AES and, hold on. Yeah, AES and, first finale, excuse me, I think definitely were pretty synthy, but not anywhere near where it's like, okay, can you just please stop with it? Like, just stop. Like, it didn't get that far, at least to me. It definitely is just very obvious that, yeah, the reliance on synths are pretty obvious, but I think it's not the worst thing in the world. I think it's not that bad. I mean, that's just me saying it because I like synth pop and I like synths and everything, but I just think it really isn't that bad. It really isn't. Like, if it is to you, then, well, I'm sorry. AS ain't for you. And neither is the other stuff. But I think, truthfully, if you really give it a listen, you might think otherwise, but IDK. But anyways, to simplify everything I just said, AES basically is pretty pivotal because Kenji goes bye-bye. The sound becomes more on the synths and really less of the other stuff like the brass, the strings, and all that stuff. And that's really about it. It's very pivotal because when you think about it, just listen to the previous albums and then listen to AES and tell me what you hear is different. Just tell me right now. Not right now, but just when you do. So, yeah. But anyways, AES is definitely pretty good. It's not my favorite album off of Mega Tribe, especially from this iteration, what I mean. And I think it's because, I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with the sound, as I already just said. It's like, really rambled. It's like, it's not really my favorite because, I don't know. I never really had that feeling like, you know, this is my favorite compared to like Aqua City, Rivers Island, and even NES to a point. Like, I never had that feeling with AS, and I don't think it's ever going to change because, I don't know, man. And it's kind of funny because AS has a lot of hits. Like, it has Futari no Natsumonogatari, it has literally Dear Breeze, I Ni Shinkuro, it has Scramble Cross, it has really a lot of hits after hits after hits, so it's kind of funny that, even Screenboard, it has so many things, but it's just funny that it has a lot going for it. Excuse me. And it's just very funny that it's like, again, it's got a lot going for it, but it's like, for some reason, it doesn't change the fact that it's still not my favorite album, which is very funny. But either way, it's just pretty good. Not much more to say than that, and yeah. But it does have a pretty cover, though. I love the choice of blues and just all the above. And it just looks good. Then again, I feel like every SK Otaka album has that thing where everything, well, it has that thing where the covers are just beautiful, just so eye-pleasing, so much eye candy that isn't the guys. I know. Anyways, listen to the silence. Something. I don't know the rest of the song. Listen to the silence. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Listen to the Right, anyways. Singles History, aka the compilation album from SK Otaka, released in '85 just like AS, because, you know, alright. Now, a thing about this album, along with Another Summer, is that they were originally going to be the final two albums from SK Otaka because the plan was to pretty much have AS and Singles History go as the final stuff, and then everything goes bye-bye. Everything goes bye-bye, and there we go. But with a bit of intervention that was Tetsushi Hayashi, and yes, well, along came First Finale, and then of course the fire of all fire, Live Emotion, because, you know, intervention is awesome. Intervention is a very awesome thing. something like that. Anyways, Singles History. Definitely pretty good. It's not really a superb album or a fire album, but definitely is pretty good when it comes to like, so say you want something that's like, or let me say like this. You like Omega Tribe, you like SK Otaka, you want to like the singles or get a chance to hear the singles that aren't on the album. Actually, no, that doesn't make any sense. Okay. Singles History basically is a really good album for like, say, you just want to have that album that has like, you know, just a mixed bag or something. And Singles History kind of is that album where it has really the singles, and it's kind of a mixed bag in a way, where it has the singles, which is, yeah, and that's really about it. I mean, it does have a new single that was released at the time. Of course, that is Sanska Ipai, and of course its B-side, Rolling Memories, which of course is, well, a banger. But then again, it's SK Otaka, what do you expect? Actually, hold on a minute, there is Alpha Lady's B-side, which is, we mustn't speak of it. But besides that, Sanska Ipai, thankfully, has a really good B-side, and like I said, even the A-side is a banger, and just, well, yeah. And side note, the cover for Singles History is beautiful. I love the choice of using a city, and the green lights from like the spotlights or whatever are just amazing. Then again, it's SK Otaka. Every single album cover is beautiful. It is so beautiful. It literally is art. It is the definition of art. And that's all I'm gonna say. Also, I have this album, by the way. I do. And I love it. I really do. And now comes the finale again. Something like that. First finale, aka the album that came out of Intervention and all that jazz, because coolness. Anyways, released in 85 as well, because, man, 85 was just the time to be cooking, I guess. Anyways, first finale is, well, to put it simply, it's superb. It's superb in this tier list, and it is just absolutely fire. Like, if you want to talk about an album that symbolizes peakness to a T, basically First Finale is like one of the albums I would say definitely symbolizes the word peak. It definitely symbolizes it so much that I'm being a little biased, because First Finale for me is one of my, well, First Finale for me is a definition of why I love this iteration so much, because I do. And the thing about First Finale 2 is that, not the other one, but not First Finale 2, like, you know, that First Finale 2, but the thing about First Finale 2, you know, the word 2, is that it does mark the debut of not only, well, many bangers, okay, something like that, but it marks the debut of, well, okay, to put it simply, because that doesn't make any sense, it's just First Finale really is something special because it has so many bangers, plus it has the look of, well, Omega Tribe before we go bye-bye, which of course would be, well, this look here, and of course, if you guys know me on Twitter already, you know that this look right here of Kiyotaka's is one of my favorites, and I've said enough about it, I'm sure. I've said so much about it that I think you know by now that this look is a favorite for me. It's an absolute favorite because it's just, yeah, but anyways, yeah, there's that. But besides all that jazz, First Finale is, again, superb, just great. It has so many hits, like it has, well, Palm Tree, obviously, Remember the Brightness, November Blue, Second Eve, it has First Finale, yes, literally, and it's got so many hits after hits after hits after hits after hits, like, God, this thing has no duds. It is so peak and fire, it's insane almost. Okay, it's not fire, but definitely it's superb that it's insane. So, there is that. But, there is one album though that is fire. And you probably already know what it is because, you know, if you know me by now, you know what I mean by what album is fire in Omega Tribe, especially Kiyotaka era Omega Tribe. Yes, yes, and yes. You already know this one. You already know because I made a video about it. 2 videos, that is. Maybe 3. And you already know that this album here is one of my absolute favorites in the whole wide world. So, you know this by now. If not, then let me remind you again. But this time a little faster, not as winded. So, Live Emotion. Live Emotion is the live album of SQ Taka and Omega Tribe released in 86, but it has footage from 85, that is the first finale 2 concert, my god, and that's really about it. But it was released in 86 though, because, okay, but yeah, anyways, this album is definitely gonna go in the fire list. No, it's gonna be going in fire in the tier list because Live Emotion sums up everything that I love about this iteration. How fire it is, how everybody was at their A game, and just Kiyotaka, even before being a solo artist, has such charisma, such a presence that, you know, I love Carlos, don't get me wrong, but god, Kiyotaka just has such a thing that at times kind of makes Carlos, sort of be like, you know, I don't know, I don't want to say he's not as good, but it's just kind of hard to say who's better though, because both have their charisma in such ways that's just awesome. But it's just, to put it simply, Kiyotaka has a presence that I think you can't repeat or replicate with Carlos or even anyone else. Like, you just can't. It is so distinguishable, it is so unique, it is so iconic and fire that yes, I'm being biased, and it's like, what else can I say? What else can I even say? I think what else can I say is that the thing about Kiyotaka is I do love the fact that whenever he performs, his voice, even without all that studio stuff or whatever, it is still in tune, it is still practically ready to cook, and I'm like, what? And the thing though is that I love the fact that he's just gonna improvise sometimes and also belt, because bro, it's just the fact that he smoked and he drank and, you know, did that, but still had a voice that was so bloody powerful, it just baffles me sometimes. I'm like, well, maybe not baffles me, but it just really makes me amazed, rather, that I'm like, dude, you have a range even with all the stuff you did? That's amazing, man. Like, for example, in a more solo case, Moving My Heart is so fire in live form. Like, Kiyotaka's like, you know, F it, he's just gonna fire that song with all of his, well, fire, and it's incredible. It is like one of the most incredible things ever, man. Like, if you've not seen the Warm Front launch site, something like that, you have to, because, or really listen to it rather, because it really showcases how fire that man is on stage. Like, studio, yes, he's got the range and everything, but definitely live, bro is just not holding back. He's like, he doesn't need a studio, he is the studio. I don't know about that, but he definitely is amazing, is what I'm saying. Like, I think to sort of end it on this note and go back to Live Emotion, I never really thought of a favorite singer or a great singer until hearing Kiyotaka. I'm not joking. I feel like Kiyotaka, without question, really made me think about what is a great singer, what is a favorite singer, and just, I'll leave it at that, because, you know, I'll leave it at that. Now, back to Live Emotion. Live Emotion is a fantastic, fire, 10 out of 10 album, and it doesn't deserve any more love than it gets. It gets enough love as it is what I'm saying. For me, that is, because it's just, well, okay, let me rephrase all of that. This album is incredible, it is fantastic, it does deserve a lot of love, because it is just a fantastic album. It is deliciously 80s, it is deliciously fire, it is literally one of the greatest things to come out of Omega Tribe back when it was gonna go bye-bye for just a short period. So, yes, 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 and yes. Also, Kiyotaka with a mustache during that time period was just, my god, yes. But anyways, excuse me.